Hey guys, what's up? Alright, I got a little comparison here. Now, one of these, the Multitasker Series 2, I don't even know if you can get this anymore. They have the Series 3 out now, which is going for like $135.99 or something like that on Rainier Arms. And it's a little bit more comparable to the Leatherman MUT. But if you can get this, I've seen them for $89.99. Okay, so we've got the Leatherman MUT here and the Multitasker Series 2. Both are basic AR style, AR platform, multi-tool based multi-tools. They do have the, let me just make sure, hold on, let me make sure this camera is it. They have, what the hell was I going to say? Never mind. Alright, both these come with a sheath. This is a 1000 denier nylon that's kind of form-fitted. This is your, more like a 500, and it's moly. They're both moly. The sheaths, button closure, they both have drain holes on the bottom. This one and this one, you can see there's a difference with the length. First, we'll go over the Leatherman MUT. Okay, the Leatherman MUT uses Velcro, hook and loop. Here's the Leatherman MUT. In here, I also have my wrench to remove my the aim-point micro from the rifle that it's on, and I also have my aim-point micro adjustment tool, and that's it. That's enough of the sheath. I really do like this sheath though. This is a very nice sheath. Okay, the tool. It has first we'll start off right here, a brass scraper. Right here, this is an 8/32 cleaning rod or brush adapter. It has a pin punch, which also unscrews and has a threaded adapter. You've got a belt loop, hammer, safety cutter, carabiner style thing. You push these down, up or down, and you could get the tools that are in there out, and then those tools, you undo this lock, will go right in here. On this side, you also have a smaller version of those tools, a little less short, goes right in there. On this side, you have a saw. I'm sorry, this is the blade. This is a 420 HC combo knife. It's serrated and flat ground, not flat grind, but whatever they call it. It's just a plain edge and a serrated edge. It does have a sort of liner lock there. And then you've got the saw over here. Okay? I believe the saw is made out of the same steel. These have really nice bearings that seem to, I'm not sure if it's bearings or bushings, guys, but it seems to really, I mean, it's really smooth. That's the one thing about the Leatherman MUT, is it's very smooth operating. You open the MUT up, it's got replaceable hard wire cutters. It's got the needle point tip, and then it has the flared area for grabbing larger, rounder objects. Right here you also have a pinch for wire adapters and stuff like that. Very nice. This is 5 inches closed. It weighs 11.2 ounces, 3-inch blade, and it's just, I mean, it's a great tool. Now this hammer end right here, I have used this where if you've got a stuck bolt, you could just basically, when you instead of taking the charging hammer and slamming the butt down, you could put this in there and do the same thing. You could rack it down. It works pretty good when your AR gets a jam. Very nice. This is also like $149.99. I think they're going for cheaper nowadays. All right, next we've got the Multitasker Series 2. Like I said, with the sheath, it is what it is. Okay. Now this has two things in the box. The Leatherman MUT does come with a little tiny wrench too that I don't have with me. Now this has a replaceable bit set Right off the bat, we've got G10 scales, and we'll start off with a replaceable bit set. This opens up, and right here it has your typical A2 sight tool, and it's magnetic. What I would suggest is putting the Phillips head in here, or something like if you have like the Aimpoint Micro non-QD mount, you could possibly, I think that one might work, put that in there if you need to take it off, because once you get your iron sights adjusted, for the most part they usually stay where they're at unless the rifle takes a real heavy beating. But you're more than likely going to need to eventually take off your aim point or any optic before you're going to need to adjust your A2 sights once again. Let me close that back up. Actually, let me keep that open. And right here we have a Glock tool, a 3/32 compatible Glock tool that also unscrews and provides it with a threaded adapter for a Otis cleaning kit. And then on this side you have the scraper. Let me just close that. You have the scraper. This is a steel scraper. It comes to a fine chisel type point. Nothing crazy. It is going to mar your finish, of course. Here's your 440C Tonto style chisel blade. It's 2.5 inches. You can see the there we go. I can't remember the one thing about the Multitasker box is it comes with all this information, which is good because for some reason, and I don't know why, and this is one of the things I don't like about Multitasker, is they still don't have a website. And to me, a business nowadays should have a website. They have a Facebook page, and that's what their website basically does, is it directs you to their Facebook page. But they've had some cool tools. I've seen them build some cool toys, some cool tools for some people in the industry. They really do need to get their website working. It is, to me, unexcusable that they do not have a working website. This is the year 2013. We're going to be going on 2014 in about 3 months. There is absolutely no reason why you do not have a website. I honestly, I'm very surprised that they do not have a website. Finding information out on this tool was almost impossible. I had to go to the box here to get all the information, but they still don't have something like the weight of it on this box. Not unless I'm losing my mind, but I did not see the weight on this box and stuff like that. It's very unexcusable to me that they do not have a website. Anyway, so I can't remember what the size of that is. Okay, and then right here we have a file. This file also has a flat-tipped 5/16 screw tip. And then we have, which is one of the... Now, I don't know if I like this or not, because if you've got a built AR that is built correctly, the castle nut is going to be staked. None of my AR's castle nuts are staked. I didn't see a need to do it. I just literally a tiny little drop of blue Loctite on it and a nice little coat witness mark, and they have never moved. And my one AR I've put thousands of rounds through. It's never moved. But this is a castle nut wrench, castle nut wrench for the buttstock, which could come in handy. I do wish they did put a lock bar on it, because while you're trying to take it off, I mean, I could just see it constantly doing this. But hey, okay. That's that. Now next, unlike the Leatherman MUT, these basically move by friction. You've got these two bars here that put friction on the surface, and that's how you open it. So it definitely is not as smooth. The Series 2 I'm talking about here. Remember, they do have a Series 3, and I don't know if that's changed. And then you have a non-replaceable wire cutter. It's got a hybrid bearing system, which this is nice. This does feel nice. And then you've got a needle nose style tip, aggressive teeth in the back without the flare, and it works pretty good. This is definitely heavier than the Leatherman MUT. It's all blacked out. It sits wider than the Leatherman MUT when closed, as you can see there. Which one do I like better? Well, you know, as soon as I bought the Series 2, the Series 3 came out. And I would have loved to have got the Series 3, but I'm not willing to spend another $130 or something like that to have 3 of the same basic tool. I do like the Leatherman MUT better. They do have the EOD version, which is all blacked out, and I believe now the new Leatherman MUT, just the regular MUT utility, is all blacked out. The EOD version, instead of having this brass scraper, I believe it has I think it's either the brass scraper or it's something. There's one other thing that's different. I know it has a punch for punching C4. Explosive Ordnance Division is what it stands for. The Leatherman MUT seems to be a lot shorter in height than the Leatherman, the Multitasker seems to be a lot shorter in height. I think that's probably about a ½ an inch. 3/4 of an inch. And the Leatherman is 5 inches, so you figure this is probably, I don't know, here, I do have my tape measure. There we go. So that's 4 1/8. We'll go with 4 1/8. 2 inches exactly there, 1.5 inches. Now, believe it or not, the Leatherman, its widest part is right there in the middle. 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches. Which one would I choose? Well, this is fine. The price area for this is great because it's $89 or whatever they're going for now. If you can find them, I don't believe they make this anymore. I couldn't tell you that they don't make it anymore because they don't have a website to say if they're continuing to make this or not. But it's fine. It's friction lock. It does open up a little bit where this can basically be locked right there, and you don't have to worry about it opening anymore. This does have the addition of a belt loop, which is great. So you could just basically hook this on your MOLLE gear. You don't even have to use the MOLLE pouch, or not your MOLLE, your POW's webbing. You could hook this right up to that, and you don't even have to use a MOLLE pouch. It's a tough call. It really depends on what you like, what you're willing to spend. This is going to be a little bit more than this, but then they do have the Series 3. I would suggest that you guys check out the Series 3. It is going to be more comparable to this, but I do believe that this has definitely got more stuff, useful stuff than the Series 3. Alright guys, that's it. Basically just a quick comparison. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.